Like to invite our very first keynote speaker, Mr. Everett Wu, right here, Miss Everett Wu, yeah. She will be sharing on the keynote topic of HBM sets the major differences on supplier competitiveness. Please come onto the stage and let us welcome Miss Everett Wu.
How do I scroll down the page?
Press the button.
Okay. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for spending time with us. This is actually Dreamforce's first time working with the organization, so we look for more collaboration in the future. Today, I'm going to talk about HBM, which is the most critical element when it comes to the AI era. And of course, with HBM, we need more advanced technology node to drive the generation improvement. And it comes with a lot of power saving efficiency as well. I'm just gonna, because we have only 20 minutes, so I have to dive in now. From the beginning of 2023, we started to see the peak up of the HBM in terms of the production and also with the revenue contribution. And in this year, we are forecasting that it is going to be like 5% of the overall DRAM output in terms of the 1 gigabit equivalent. And when it comes to revenue, since the averaging selling price per bit is a lot higher compared with DDR5, so it is already more than 20% of the revenue contribution of total DRAM market share, market value. And we are looking into 2025 when the demand, we are going to talk about that later, but many key mid and high-end accelerators are all adapting bigger density of HBM3E. So when it comes to the output, HBM is going to be more than 10% of the DRAM 1 gigabit equivalent output. And when it comes to revenue, we are forecasting it is going to be more than 30%. And to be honest, I think this forecast of 30% is a downplay. I think it's going to get higher than that. This is a simple list of the spec for different generation of HBM solutions. And now the mainstream supply is the second one in the list, HBM3. And soon, in the second half of this year, we are going to have HBM3E, while major suppliers, when it comes to the production, it uses the most advanced technology node. In Samsung's case, it's 1 alpha nanometer, and in two other makers' case, including Micron and SK Hynix, they both use 1 beta. And it comes with layer count, it comes with the 8 high and 12 high, but the mono die density is 24 gigabit. Production yield continues to suffer because when you are stacking higher layer count, it is making TSV very difficult. So it takes time for the production yield to improve over time. And average selling price per gigabit because of the aforementioned yield difficulty that I just talked about. So it is definitely going to be higher than HBM3E. In our projection, I think it is 30 to 40% higher per bit. And for HBM4, which is going to be the product that is very critical in the year 2026, we are going to see suppliers using 1 beta and 1C nanometer to produce it. And when it comes to the layer count, it is an improvement. The lowest one is 12 high, and the suppliers are also going to cultivate 16 high to make a bigger density solution. Density is the same, also 24 gigabit, and the mass production time is going to be 2026, meaning that the sample delivery time is supposed to be in the second half of next year. When it comes to the average selling price, because none of them has started the pricing negotiation yet, so we don't know that now, but we believe that it's definitely going to continue to be higher, more expensive than the previous generations. So when we are forecasting, because we have we know there are different generations, and we know market adaptation is evolving. So in the year 2024, you see that the HBM3E is going to surpass HBM3 and becomes the majority of supply. It's not the case right now, but it is soon going to be the case, especially in the second half of this year. And for 2025, it is definitely going to be the dominant supply / adoption by 73%. And HBM4, we haven't put it here because I just mentioned that the sample delivery is only going to happen in the second half of next year. So market share is invisible right now. But in 2026, I think there is going to be a certain percentage of that contributed by HBM4. Product roadmap from different suppliers. We don't talk about HBM3. Market focus now is on HBM3E. So I just mentioned for Samsung, it's to use 1 alpha nanometer, while SK Hynix and Micron use 1 beta. And 3 suppliers are all ready for their A-high solution. Only Samsung hasn't been officially qualified by NVIDIA, so it still for them to take a little bit time. But I do think that for both NVIDIA and AMD, they need Samsung's capacity. So at the end, they will still be in the supply chain. And now market focus is more on 12 high qualification, which sample all have been submitted by 3 suppliers. Samsung is the earliest one to submit that. So I think by the end of this year, we will gradually hear more good news about which vendor being qualified by their 12 high solutions. For HBM4, we are going to put more information later on. But for now, because we are still figuring out what exactly is the spec, so we haven't really updated that yet. Just we are sure that the time frame is going to be sampling second half of next year and then mass production in 2026. Why is market focusing more on HBM3E? And for the next year, it is especially on HBM3E 12 high solutions because of the accelerators roadmap on their HBM adoption. Starting from NVIDIA, I think in their B series and GB series, you assume going to see they are using a lot more HBM3E solution. And for now, it is A-high. But for next year, B200, they are adapting 12 high solution, making the overall density to be 288 gigabyte, up to 288 gigabyte. So I was reiterating that for the next year, the most important HBM3E solution will be 12 high. And it is also the same case for AMD. AMD for now is only using HBM3. Soon they are going to, for the next year, they are going to have HBM3E. And for both solutions, MI350 and MI375, they are all going to use 12 high solution, the same density as NVIDIA's B200. So we look at the demand side, it is solid because it is already on the roadmap, meaning suppliers has to work hard on the planning their HBM wafer capacity. And in this bar chart, it is actually indicating the 1 gigabit equivalent output of them altogether. So in the year 2024, you see there is a number right there, 275%. It means that in terms of the 1 gigabit equivalent output, it is almost 3 times higher than the last year. And we are forecasting that it is at least going to grow more than twofold, 122%. I believe this number can only go up. I think it won't go down. I don't think that it's going to go lower than this percentage. Price forecast. So when we are calculating the revenue contribution from HBM, we need to know what the production is going to look like, and also we need to have an idea how the average selling price is going to pan out in the near future. And in the last year, we were kind of worrying that because 2 Korean makers are super aggressive on adding more HBM capacity, as well as Micron. And so we worried that HBM eventually is going to turn to the oversupply situation. But now, with the time progress, we understand that HBM3 is actually a product which is pretty difficult to make, and the TSV production yield is having a hard time to improve. So average selling price tend to continue to go up. In the year 2024, we are projecting that blended average selling price of HBM is going to go up 8%. And for the year 2025, we are projecting another 17% increase. That 17% is with the combination of, first of all, HBM3 continue to make a penetration into the overall HBM product category. And the nature, the SP nature of that is higher than the previous generation. So it is contributing part of the 17%. And also, it is still a tight supply situation. So buyers would have more incentive to continue to accept the price improvement. This is HBM4. The major difference of HBM4 is that basically two Korean makers are going to switch their base die from originally planar memory technology to the foundry technology. Samsung's case, it is going to work with in-house Samsung LSI using 4 nanometer FinFET. And then for SK Hynix, it is clear, right? You see that on the press release that this company is working with TSMC cultivating its 12 nanometer FinFET. And then for Micron, that is the only company that hasn't been very clear what they are going to partner with. I think for now, when it comes to HBM4 standardized version, it is going to use the same memory solution, memory technology, which is the planar. But there are two different categories on HBM4. One is the standardized one, and the other one is customized version. And Samsung hasn't disclosed who they are going to work with. I do think it makes more sense to be TSMC, but it depends on if TSMC wants to work with them. So it's not clear yet. And then for SK Hynix, judging by the fact that they have been working with TSMC for a very long time, so the partnership is solid. They are now discussing using 5 nanometer FinFET for this customized solution. Micron not clear yet, but I think it makes sense for them to also work with TSMC, and I think that the discussion is ongoing now. This is the structure of HBM4. And as I just mentioned, you see the blue part of the stacking, this is the buffer die, which is the one that I described, using the logic technology to do it. And the previous page, when I talk about the customized solution, it is also to do customized design on this die based on each customer's need. It is going to take longer time. So at the beginning of HBM4 product life cycle, I think we are only going to see the standardized solutions. And maybe in 1 year later, we are going to see more customized ones. But I want to point out that by looking at this structure, it is obvious that even move into HBM4, it is still 2.5D. It is not 3D. It is not 3D stacking. I think it is to prevent further production yield challenging and yield loss. So it's too fast to change that to the 3D IC. We still stay at 2.5, meaning it is still going to put on top of interposer. My key takeaways, starting from the first point, that I can't stress enough how important HBM is going forward. When it comes to the production output, we are projecting in the year 2025, this is going to be more than 10%. And when it comes to the revenue contribution, more than 30%. But I do believe that as long as it is still a tight supply situation, then the contribution is going to be more than 30%. The second point is, out of the 3 different suppliers, we believe SK Hynix is still going to maintain its leadership position of HBM production. And when it comes to 2025, we see that Micron is joining HBM3E solution, and very likely Samsung is also going to. And the real competition is going to be happening on HBM3E 12 high. But SK Hynix, because its product is with premium quality and stability, so they will still be the one that enjoys the highest market share. Just Micron and Samsung, if they are working well on improving the production yield or adding more wafer capacity, then they are going to expand their market share over time. The third point is that HBM3E shipment is going to start to see very fast penetration in the second half of this year. And so the DRAM average selling price of those three suppliers will continue to have a strong momentum. Even if we see that DDR5, DDR4 price to start to plateau or to slow down a little bit, but with the organic penetration of HBM3E, blended DRAM average selling price will continue to improve. So each supplier's profitability depends heavily on how much HBM penetration that they have out of their overall production. The fourth point that I want to make is that the shipment volume of NVIDIA B series and MI300 and 355 chips are going to expect to increase in the next year. So HBM3E market share out of the overall HBM solution is going to be more than 70%. And in the year 2026, we are going to see more HBM4 to be in the market, while I believe that HBM3E is still going to be the dominant solution. So that would wrap my presentation now, and I will have our team, my colleague, Mark, to talk about AI and server. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Avril, for informative sharing on HBM. Let's give her another round of applause. And up next, I would like to invite, like Avril said, Mr. Mark Liu, also from TrendForce, to share on the keynote topic of dynamics of server industry and AI market forecast. Welcome, Mr. Mark Liu.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mark. So it's a really great honor that I got invitation here. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about where technology is going. Technology comes to us, we are really surprised by what it brings. So today I set a topic like the dynamic of the server industry and AI with our TrendForce estimation. So today's presentation will split three main categories. The first category will based on the dynamic of the AI server market. And the second, we will dive more for the AI chip, AI server shipment. And the last one will focus on the AI server supply chain. So development of AI server, we can go back to the COVID-19 pandemic. It took 2 years about lockdown. So our working environments, the working paradigm and personal behavior already changed. And we really rely on the e-commerce. So at that time, we already experienced about the cloud population. And in the end of the 2023, we are entering the AI age. Until now, we found a lot of CSP trying to build out their language model and trying to improve their business model. So in the future, I just listed here, there's a top rank for the AI future. And we will think about the public cloud AI server and services and searching engine. That is about the future services and really close to us the image and video generation that we use for the current. And I use another angle to talking about the parameters. Because the cloud service provider, they just put in a lot of AI server. They're trying to shorten their deep learning time. So they really need a lot of parameters to scale it up. So we already know the ChatGPT. GPT-4, they need over 1 trillion parameters. And we believe in between the 2023 to 2027, that's where over trillion scale of parameters, which means we really need AI server to support our future services. And here, I try to use a different angle to talk about the positioning about the AI server. And when we talk about central to the far edge, we know the server, they have loaded the heavy pressure about their deep learning. And the far edge, like the personal devices like AI PC, AI smartphone, that's we use in the future. That's usually will carry like a small language model and the inferences services. And industrial PC will emphasize the high stability and scalability. And the key customer, key audience will not change that much. We know the audience is Inventec, Quanta, Foxconn, Wistron. That's what we know is Taiwanese audience. And we're split to cloud service provider and server brand manufacturers. And here is another angle for the development of AI. So we know this year, start from last year to this year, the demand is really strong, especially the AI server pulling momentum from triggered by the cloud service provider. And also the edge AI and demand for the AI for various enterprises, that's improve our current market condition. And for supply, I think this year the supply a little bit constrained by the CoWoS and HBM capacity, but next year all the suppliers trying to improve this kind of capacity. So for next year, we can experience more AI servers for next year. And unfortunately, we know some of the region cannot get enough AI server and got sanctioned, but that is not showing the AI will going down. But we know AI is the future. So next chapter, I would like to use more Chamber's numbers to dive more detail about the AI server market. As we can see in the 2023 and 2024, AI server dominate about around 10% of the total server shipment. In the 2024, this momentum is increasing. At approximately about 60% of the AI server increase for the 2024 and dominate about 10 to 15%. And this momentum will increase year by year because we know we cannot stop AI. AI is kind of a system in the future. In this page, I try to list about the key major players to support the AI server. The first one should be the NVIDIA. What we know is that their H100 and coming soon is a B100. They use advanced process node with the latest HBM version. And the AMD provides us about the MI300 as already adopted to the major CSP. And also Intel has a Gaudi, and Google has a self-built solution TPU version 5 and version 6. And Amazon have a Trainian and Inferentia that will help their cloud services in the future. What I want to say is about all the players are trying to use advanced process node and latest HBM version in order to save more power consumption to follow the ESG standard. And the next page, we're talking about market share. As we know, NVIDIA provides us a total solution. It's really easier to adopt to the AI modeling. So AMD, if we talk about the AI chip shipment market share, AMD this year is about 35%. If we convert to the AI server, that will be 30%. So in terms of the YOY, there's about over 60% and 40% this year. And we believe this momentum for next year will continue growing. And this page, as I mentioned before, just like AI server are mostly adopted by GPU because GPU, NVIDIA provide us the total solution. It's easier for adoption. But if we consider about the future, about how to save the power consumption, like the CSP, like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, they are trying to build out their self-built ASIC solution in order to save the budget and in order to prevent the environmental issue. And so we believe that you can see the orange color, the ASIC and others proportion increase year by year. So in the near term 3 years, we believe the GPU market share still remains stronger, but after that, the ASIC proportion will increase sharply. And here we just want to talk about distribution of AI server shipment by the major AI chip suppliers. So NVIDIA dominated the whole GPU market. It's about over 6%. Even the AMD joined the market, but it's really hard to grab the market share in the near term because NVIDIA gave us a good ecosystem in the show run. But we believe the AMD will continue to grab share by using their advanced process node. And Another thing is about Amazon already try to use their self-built solution for the ASIC. So this proportion will already over 25%, not only for the AI, but also for general purpose server. Okay. Next page, still the number. So we know the big buyers for the AI server will much focus on the cloud service provider. We know the stat big four. The one is Microsoft, Meta, Google, and Amazon. And why the Microsoft shared a lot? This is because we will explain later. And other like the Oracle, CoreWeave, they are the partner for NVIDIA. They are trying to build a GPU cloud as well. So here we'll dive more detail for the supply chain. So the Microsoft is the biggest buyer for the AI server because they have a virus service gonna adopt to the cloud. And their main key ODM partner should be the Inventec plus ZT System and the Quanta. And Google is in the Celestica and the Quanta. And Amazon, still, Quanta win-win Foxconn, and Meta Quanta win-win Supermicro. And Oracle only source supply from Foxconn. And the China BBAT, they are supported by the Inspur, Inventec, and Foxconn. So this picture showing why the Microsoft really need AI server, because they have source from the OpenAI. They can release their API license to their enterprise customer. They also boost their Azure AI cloud services to their target audience. Also, they have a Bing search. I believe you guys already used how to use the text to the photo, and this function will be improved in the near future. And the last one is about Copilot. Copilot will mainly adopt to the enterprise environment. So in the future, we can use the text to the Copilot to let them to help us to make the Excel and PowerPoint. So for more detailed, longer-term projection for the AI server, we believe the CAGR increase of 26.4% in the near-term 5 years. And we expected 2023 to 2024, the growth rate in terms of YY shipment will averaging reach like the 38%. So this is a topic recently because environmental concern and ESG should be very important in the future. So NVIDIA gave us a chance to meet them. The GB200 rack style server, they provided like the high density per rack. They also provided a cooling system, liquid cooling system that can save more power consumption. So in the future, when the AI server gets more popular and adopted, we have to worry about the energy. But GB200 with the liquid cooling, maybe other players will have another solution that can really save the power consumption. So last one is about the GB200 supply chain. So the GB200 supply chain for the upstream to the downstream, upstream will be the similar. They're supported by the TSMC for the foundry business, and CoWoS will also in the TSMC and Intel. And for ODM partners, their reference design partner should be the Foxconn, and the mass production partner should be the Quanta, Wistron, win-win, Supermicro. As we know, the Taiwanese ODM, they all the MCP partner. In downstream customer, the major customer should be the hyper CSP, including Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, as I mentioned before. And the brand maker like Dell, HP, Lenovo, and Supermicro Gigabyte as well. So this is about the GB200 supply chain. I think it's not that changed that much. So my latest slide just give you some summary. So we believe this year, the mainstream product should be the H100 in the first half. But in the second half, they will shift to the H200. And after September, we will have another style like the GB200. But the GB200 in this year is very small scale. maybe start from the first quarter next year, the demand will getting stronger. And second one is about MI300 from AMD. We know the NVIDIA still dominate the market, but AMD is trying to get more attention to the market. But we also believe the MI300X and later on version can still grab some share from the NVIDIA. And third one is close to the ESG and close to the environmental concern. Just like the CSP, we're trying to build up their self-built ASIC. Because ASIC for training can save more power consumption rather than GPU. So in the short run, we think this percentage will under 20%, but in the long run, will reach like 40% and over in the 5 years later. Okay, that's my presentation. Thanks.
All right, let's give Mark a round of applause. And thank you so much once again for sharing your insightful expertise. Next, we are moving on to our next keynote. Let us welcome Mr. Alex Strong. He is the Chief Business and Strategy Officer at Strong & Weiss Materials Tech. And he will be sharing on the keynote topic of where green tech meets AI. Can I have Mr. Alex Strong onto the stage? Please, let us welcome him. Wow, this looks really exciting. I hand over the stage to you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alex Strong from Strong & Weiss. I'm here to sharing you how we process the textile waste, or we said, the used garment, into sustainability materials. And this material could create sustainable and eco-friendly new value. This is our credo. We believe the waste will not be waste until we waste it. So before my presentation, I would like to congratulate to all VIPs here, because just 2 hours later, we are having a Dragon Ball Festival vacation for 3 days. I'm not sure what we'll do in the vacation, but for me, I will clean up my closet just to throw out my winter suits. Because just like the suit on my body, this is for the winter. So after this vacation, the summer is coming. After my cleaning up my closet, all the winter suit will be thrown away, just like this. We don't need a winter suit anymore. But this habit will make us a lot of waste, just like what we show here. There are 92 million tons of textile waste will created every year. And by 2030, there are 134 million tons will made every year. All these brands, just like Zara, H&M, Uniqlo, Nike, and every brands, they all have to solve this problem. This is the chart we showed. The life for each garment is getting lower, and the production is much higher. Almost 100 billion be created every year. And this creates a lot of the carbon emissions. Over 25 of the global carbon emissions by 2050 were created by the textile industry. So what we deal with the waste we discard. In today's situation, they are over 73% are landfilled or be incinerated. And these activities will create a lot of pollution during our environment. So this garment, or we said the textile waste, they are waste or they could be resources to improvement our life. What's our solution? Our solution is use the sustainable recycling to instead of the incineration. We use the textile waste into our two products, and they don't need to be incineration anymore. This is our method. We collect this, we use the garment or textile waste during the manufacturing process or from the recycle center. And then we use our self-developed AI system to identify them into two categories. First is the PET part. Just like I throw away that 100% polyester. This is 100% polyester. We can make this kind of textile waste or used garment into the rPET pellets. These rPET pellets could be injected into various plastic products, just like sunglasses, just like what I take here. This is from what I throw away. I can wear these sunglasses from the used garment. And also, we can use this to inject into this kind of IC tray. This is from a lot of electronics companies. They need this kind of products. And also, we collaborate with many different companies to use the plastic into a lot of our plastic bucket. Yeah, whatever. You can see the fiber still on it. So the customers can easily compare this material is from the recycled fabric. So this is very important. And the other is for the blended material. Actually, there are over 70% of our clothes are blended material. We make them, we separate them and make them into our EF wood pellets, and we can extrude them into the EF wood. The EF wood is a very excellent physical characters. It can replace not only the solid wood, but also the WPC, wood plastic composites. This is just like this. So this is our EF wood. Actually, in Chinese, it's Yifu Mu, Yifu, EF. Yeah, so it's very easy to remember our name. You can see the fibers. You can see it, and you can touch it on the wood. So the customers, users can know this material is 100% from the recycled fabric. So they don't need to explain, oh, this looks similar, a new one, but actually it's recycled. We don't need to explain this. You can just see it on the used material recycled. And of course, this kind of products, we make them into different types. So our method could create just less than 25% compared with the original material. The carbon footprint is very low. And our process can deal with over 90% more the textile waste. And all this solution could provide to all the famous brand or the textile industry. So from 100 polyester, we make them into the rPET pellets. And we ingest them into a lot of like pellet plastic products. All of these, like the tray, keyboard, zippers, bunker, basket, and stationery, and all the plastic products could use the recycled fabric into this kind of sustainable and 100% recyclable rPET products. And for the blended material, we use this method into the EF wood. Why we do this? And what's the advantage using the recycled fabric? If this recycled material is worse than original one, it has no value. But with our technology, it make this new recyclable material much stronger, no slip, and its water resistance have extra value. The fibers inside just like rebars in concrete, make this material very strong and it will not easily damaged. Just here shows a video. If we we make 3 ice box. One is without anything, just water. The other is we use really rebars inside. And the third one is we put cottons in it. Make it into 3 ice bombs. You can see without any structure, it's easily broken. With rebar, with your hammer to hit it, it will broken. But with cotton inside, it is very strong. It will not damage easily. So that's why we will use the recycled textile to make this kind of new sustainable material. This is under the electronic micro. You can see with our technology, it's high compatible. There's no any gap. So compare with the WPC or what we said, the plastic wood, there are air and gaps in it. These air and gaps, when we have some waters be inside, it will make a lot of damage and easily to be broken. And all our EF wood is 100% recyclable. This kind of material, maybe after 10 years, 20 years, it may be your table, it may be your decking, you may want to remove. And we can collect all of this material into our factory. We can recycle them, make them into new EF wood. So this is 100% recyclable. You don't need to discard it anymore. And also we can make them a lot of different colors, different specs and sizes. We can solve this problem. I believe we have seen a lot of this kind of bad performance in our natural normal life, just like expansion and deformation, because the material, they could not have good climate suffering. And we can solve this kind of problems, just like the cracking and damages and breakage, mold formation and something. And also, of course, we can prevent the termite infestation. There's anyone will like to eat the fibers. So it's very strong and can prevent all of these problems. So here are some of our user cases, like the Beijing Winter Arena, like the Shenzhen Damesha Beach, like the Hualien Marriott Hotel, like the Jiaoxi's Hot Spring Hotels, and also the North Face, the camping table. And also we cooperate with the McDonald's in Taiwan. We recycle their uniforms and make their uniform into their building materials. So this is the example in Xindian McDonald's. All these are from their staff uniform. We recycle them and we make them into EF wood, and they can use into the different shops. And all we pass the certifications. And we also get a LEED WELL and a green material certification. So how we work with AI, I would like to say this is our workflow. We will collect from recycled textile from recycle center or the textile industry, and we cooperate with some NGOs. They help us to separate the different material and into our EF wood, and we sell to a lot of different customers. So how do we get this garment? We have a partner, or what they say, our friends. They offer this kind of app. This app, what they did is they designed a recycle tank. It is without any weight or without any electronic components. They just use a code, like QR code on this bar, on the bar. And with this logo, you just put a penetrate plastic bag, put your recycled clothes in it, and put it in front of this tank. and take a picture, it will automatically calculate how many carbons you saved from this bag of your used garment. And it will, after the picture, you just put it into the tank, and they will recycle to the recycle center automatically. And then you will get a carbon credit. Then you can use this carbon credit to purchase like waters or like some products you would like to buy. It's a feedback system. Use this simple AI, the image comparison can know how much carbon emission you saved from this bag of the used carbon. And the other is how we identify the material. This is original one. Oh, sorry, could you display this one? This is the traditional one. The staff have used the lighter to burn the fiber, to feel it, to smell it, and then we can know what is material it is. This is the traditional way we have to do without any AI. But today, this is our founder, Dr. Brian Lin, and all our products, all our technology, this world number one technical waste solutions technology is divided by him. Yeah, he is also still here. Maybe we can discuss later if you are interested in our technology. We developed this hand-sized device with NIR technology in it. And with this just a small device, it can replace big machine, big system, quickly in 2 seconds to know what's the material on this garment. You can see just 2 seconds with our device, we can know what's in it. So we can easily to separate this is 100% polyester or it is blended material. Use this method, we can separate the recycled fabric easily. And of course, now we cooperate with some, because we are building a factory. The factory will need mass production to recycle the garments. So just like we are trying to find some partner for this kind of. Could you help place this one? Yeah, this uses the AI technology to separate and identify the different garments, and automatically to separate into different bucket, and also can separate into different colors, different material, and something. Use this kind of system with AI, we could separate all of these used garments easily. So we would like to solve is the good material, a sustainability material could be used for 100 years. And this is from what we don't want, the recycled fabric. And this resource, what we say is a waste today, it has a lot of volumes, and it is increasing every year. With our technology, this waste will not be waste anymore. We can use them as our future sustainable materials. So we can use this kind of method with AI to produce the EF wood. Could you help? To use it to manufacture our EF wood. These woods, these machines manufacture this kind of products automatically with our AI technology. Save a lot of labors, and we can check the quality and check the production easily with all the AI technologies. So this is our dream. We would like to say, turn waste into eco-friendly material, and we humans could coexist harmoniously with nature, peaceful. So this is our presentation. We will share you how to turn our textile waste into our future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alex, for your very interactive and very detailed presentation. Please take your time, and please kindly return to your seats with care. Thank you once again. So like Alex has mentioned, he and the founder has some time to talk about the business later on. So we're moving on to our final keynote speech of the day, and our speaker is ready. And the final keynote speech will be on the topic of from waste to resource, AI's impact on circular economy practices. Let's welcome Mr. Rico Tan, the co-founder of Blue Ocean Vision. Mr. Tan.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining me today at this fantastic event. My name is Victor Tan, and it's my honor to be here. Before I start, I want to tell a story that I have 3 little kids. They are adorable, and since they were born, I started to navigate in the ever-evolving world of sustainable development and also environmental technology. Because I want to take good care of them, and I want to give them a better environment and better place to live for our next generation. So I started the business, which is Blue Ocean Vision. And as the co-founder of Blue Ocean Vision, my passion is to create a greener and a cleaner world. I know this sounds crazy, but circular economy isn't like rocket science, and I'm so excited to share some insights with you today. So let's talk about from waste to resource and AI's impact on circular economy. Imagine if we live in a world where waste isn't just thrown away, but transferred into something new and useful. And that's the world we at Blue Ocean Vision are striving to create. Because we believe that in the magic of circular economy, that nothing will truly go to waste. And our mission is clear, is to cut down on plastic waste and greenhouse gas emissions. And it feels like we are on an epic journey to protect the earth and human health from risks of pollution. And together, we think we can make a real impact and to show that the circular economy isn't just a dream, it's our future. And I would like to take you on the journey from old to new, from wasteful to sustainable. And on your left-hand side, you can see this is traditional linear economy model, which is take, make, use, then dispose. It's basically you take the resources from the earth, then eventually you return waste back to it. And sadly, in this model, there's only 9% of plastic are recycled. And this is not just unsustainable, it's literally a ticking time bomb for our planet. And let's flip the script. On your right-hand side, you can see this is circular economy model, which is what we have been doing. And in this model, the products are designed to be used, reused, and also repaired, then recycled. And keep continuously loop. And in this model, we use raw and recycled material and move to production, consumption, then we collect, then recycle, then looping back to our production process. And in this model, we'll be able to reach 100% reusable rate. And this is not just theory, it's a blueprint that our future where waste truly becomes resource. And you guys might wonder why we are not trying to recycle more plastic. Because let's say if one day you wake up in a world where there's bursting at the seams with waste, and which there's not distant or dystopian future we're talking about, it's a reality we are hurtling towards. And by 2050, we expected to generate 3.4 billion tons of waste annually. And that's a crazy number of waste. But the problem doesn't just stop here. Our recycling system that we which can ease this kind of crisis, which is not efficient enough. Many items we carefully sort and place into the recycling bins, which end up in the landfills anyway due to contamination or lack of proper facilities. And there are many valuable materials that could be reused are instead buried or burned. And here are three main reasons why plastic are so difficult to recycle. First is contamination. We know that plastic waste are always mixed with label and food remains and also other materials. So this makes it extremely difficult to recycle. And then we have harmful chemical. We know plastics are like a cocktail of chemical additives, which are designed to make them flexible, colorful, and even water resistant. And we know that chemical can be harmful to our health and to our environment. And lastly, we're talking about profitability. Try to recycle different materials is a logistical nightmare, because it's not just like picking up the trash and try to dump somewhere. It's about sorting, and you need to separate the material separately, and which is both complicated and also costly. And because of these difficulties, this is why our traditional waste management is in a losing battle. But if we shift to circular economy, we can solve this kind of problem. And now, this is our circular economy model. We start with our circular cup system, which is a rental cup system designed to revolutionize the way we consume our beverages. And this is how it works. Now, customers, they can now buy their beverages, simply just request circular cups, and then after they enjoy their drinks, they can return to the certain collection points. It's as easy as you borrowing books from library. And after that, what's next? The return cups will send back to our professional cleaning factory. Then after we do our clean and inspection, the cups are ready to be used for the next customers. And here is some great news that in January 2024, which is this year, we have 1,252 retail stores have joined our Circular Cup network. And this groundbreaking collaboration is a milestone for us, which means now you can borrow a cup from, let's say, brand B, and you can return to brand A, and you can return to brand B. And on top of that, we have also made a circular vending machine for the employees. They can now borrow and return their cups in maybe like in their workplaces or office or complex. Do you guys enjoy baseball? Yeah, I do, and but I like basketball better. I just watched NBA final this morning. But anyway, watch sport is always fun, and especially in person, right? But in this large of events, always brings a lot of people and also a lot of waste. And last year, in collaboration with government and the baseball stadium in Taoyuan, we successfully eliminate about 60,000 single-use cups. And this shows that we are not only providing like an enjoyable experience, and also sustainable. And in general, we have circular services, and we have built our own cup rental system, and also we have a most professional cleaning line for circular cups. And but we are proud to self-design and produce in Taiwan. So that we can follow the highest standard of hygiene and cleaning to ensure your safety and satisfaction. And this is how AI can help our industry. And on our production line, we look forward that AI enabling to us to measure and analysis the greenhouse gas emissions, and also from production to disposal, AI can help us to reduce carbon footprint during the entire product life cycle. And also, this is our customer service. Currently, we in our operation is rely on manual, but we are aiming to optimize AI into the customer service to enhance the customer experience. And with AI, we can offer a customer support and providing real-time assistance and personalized solutions to enhance their experience. And also, AI can help us to predict the demand and to manage inventory efficiently. So we can make sure that the cups are always ready when or where our customers need them. And when it comes to transportation, transportation is always one of the challenges that we are facing. But with AI, we can now analyze and optimize our transportation routes in real time. And also, we can lead to reduce our delivery time and also the fuel consumption. And with AI, we can manage our cleaning schedule more precisely. And we can make sure that every area is clean at the right time. We can also use AI to detect our dirt and debris. And finally is cleaning inspection. This is the most important part because when the cups is not clean, we cannot provide to customers. So we can make sure that AI can help us to do the manual things because we are relying on manual to do this 100% now. And AI can, with this, we can say goodbye to manual checking and errors. And finally, as a conclusion, and I would like to conclude my presentation by saying that we are in the era of rapid AI development, and we are delighted to see the AI, the convenience and the limitless possibilities that AI brings to our human life. But however, we must not forget we have only one Earth and the resources are limited. So we should remember the necessity of circular economy to achieve a perfect balance. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Victor, for sharing on Blue Ocean Vision's work. And we continue to look forward to more of your incredible work. All right, once again, thank you everyone for staying through for us. And then this will conclude our forum for the day, as well as InnoVEX 2024 Center Stage. I would like to thank all of you once again for coming and joining us this year. I will see you next year at InnoVEX 2025. Thank you and have a great evening.